Hello, Sunshine Yogis. Thank you for joining practice today. We're going to feature a grounding practice in celebration of the Taurus season that we just entered into and Earth Day, which was last week. So we're going to begin on our mats in child's pose, a super grounding pose. So set yourself up with your knees wide, your big toes touching, and then I'll let you kind of choose what feels good for you in terms of your arms. Personally, I like to stretch mine out if I've been sitting at a computer all day, just to bring some release into my shoulders. Let your forehead drop. You can even ground your elbows here. And if you feel like it, just take a little movement from side to side. You might want to just rock your forehead right to left, left to right. Maybe even shift the hips a little bit. Move the rib cage as well. Just to begin to give yourself a little movement to allow the body to relax and to release into the pose. Take a big breath in. Feel that breath really fill you up. So through the nose, down towards the belly. Feel your ribs extend out towards your inner thighs. Your back body starts to puff up as well. And open the mouth and let it go with a long sigh. Just really press that breath out and feel your body get soft. We'll do that a couple of times. Big breath in through the nose. Feel it expand in all directions within your torso. And then exhale audibly out through the mouth, pressing the breath out. Really squeeze your navel towards your spine. Get empty. One more like that, big breath in. Feel the breath as if it were dropping down towards your belly, deep and into your hips. And cleansing breath out through the mouth, release and let it go. And then just seal the lips. Actually, let's move the jaw around a little bit here. Let go of any tension by letting the jaw go slack. And just move it around a little bit. Maybe popping if you have some tightness there. Releasing the tension if you've been feeling stressed out in communication today. If your hips are tight, your jaw could be tight. So give it a little movement to encourage it to loosen up. And then see if you can just keep your lips slightly parted. Keep some space between the jaws, a state of relaxation there. Let your body ground and feel the comfort of the mat and the earth below you. See if you can soften enough so that you feel like you're yielding into the space below you. Feel your bones. Feel the weight of your muscles, all your connective tissue. Really appreciating the solidity of earth below you. So Taurus is an earth sign, and Taurus favors simplicity. Taurus, you can find them sitting outside underneath a tree like the Buddha. The Buddha was a Taurus. Right, so in this season, we will do best if we really honor the simple things in life, if we slow down a little bit, if we really get into our bodies and appreciate our temples that we live in. So tonight's practice will reflect those qualities. Nothing flashy, just really simple, very grounding, very fulfilling and nourishing. On your next breath in here, let's lift our elbows up and walk them over to the right side. So you're going to place your left hand on top of your right, and you're going to stretch and arc your left ribs over to the left. Even bump your left hip crease a little more to the left and breathe into this side. Feeling the connective tissue start to stretch out. Let your head relax here as well. Check back in with your jaw. See if you can relax it a little bit further here. One more breath in. Feel your rib cage expand on that left side. And as you breathe out, take a walk over to the other side. Right hand on top of left, pressing the right ribs open, pressing your right hip crease to the right, and breathing into this side as we get a good stretch all the way through the shoulders to the hips, out through the fingertips, actively stretching us out. Good, breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk the hands back to center. Make your hands into a prayer. So press the palms together and draw the thumbs back behind your head. Drop your forehead to the ground and just pause here. Take a moment. Maybe you want to dedicate your practice to someone or something. Maybe you want to draw in a certain energy here for yourself or someone else. But let's just take this moment to bring the practice into something just beyond the physical. Finding our connection and our attachment to the other world beyond. Nourishing ourselves with one more big breath in here. And open up, exhale, let it go. Send your prayer, your wish, your dedication, your intention out into the universe. Release the hands forward and slowly bring yourself up. We're going to slide the hips forward, press into the hands, keep the arms straight, and lift your chest up. So a modified cobra pose here. The knees are grounded, the tops of the feet are grounded. Picture the cow pose with that lift of the center of the chest. Gaze forward, squeeze your bum a little bit, and lengthen your tailbone. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, chin to chest, round it back to your child's pose, bringing those hips back towards the heels. Maybe close your eyes as we begin to flow in this manner. Inhale, coming forward, lengthening the spine, lifting the heart, pressing into the hands. Feel that uplift through the center of the chest. And as you exhale, tuck and round. Imagine cat pose here as you roll it back. Good. With the eyes closed, come forward, articulate the spine and feel it. Sense it through your mind's eye. As you exhale, go ahead and round it back. Bring navel up in towards the spine. Let's do one more. Roll forward, stretch it out, lengthen, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. And as you exhale, let's round it all the way back into the child's pose. Beautiful. Look forward, come up onto hands and knees. Stack yourself here. So make a square with your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Press into your palms. Get grounded into your left hand and lift the right arm up, twisting open to the right. So we're working our thoracic spine. You should feel this right in the middle of your back. Spread your hand open. Take it a little bit deeper as you wrap your left ribs under. On the exhale, thread it through and land onto that right shoulder, right ear, and send your left arm forward. So we want to come onto the finger pads of our left arm. Press into them, and can you wrap your left hip crease back just a little bit more? As you press into those fingertips, can you also lean a little bit more onto your right side and feel that right shoulder beginning to stretch open? Left shoulder getting a nice lengthening as well as you breathe into it. Feel the earth below you supporting you. An alternative stretch would be to take your left hand either to your sacrum or to your right hip crease, finding a half bind here. Roll the left shoulder back. Begin to feel into the front of your collarbones and chest as you wrap that left shoulder back. Continue to ground and breathe. Check in with your jaw. If you'd like to add balance, maybe you slide your left foot back and up, grounding on the right side of the body. This is tricky. So if you fall or wobble, it's okay. It happens. Breathe through it, come back. Explore what feels right for you. And then as you're ready, bring the left knee back. Extend the left hand to the floor and roll yourself back and open to the right one more time. Big twist through the midsection of your spine. As you exhale, right palm comes down. Let's take that to the other side. Press into the right hand now, left arm up, twist right from your belly button. So feel the rib cage move around. Wrapping the right ribs under as you lift your heart here, breathe in. As you breathe out, we'll thread through over to the right side this time, landing on the left shoulder and sending our right arm forward. Now, once again, press into your right finger pads. Notice how my right hip wants to curl up towards the top of my mat. Press it back towards the back side. Good, and lengthen out this side. Round into your left shoulder. Feel the twist through your neck. Breathe into this side and feel the support of the earth below you. Let something go as you breathe out, right? It could be thoughts of your day. It could be thoughts of how you should look or feel in this pose, right? Release and just be an open blank space to let whatever gifts from the pose and the practice offer to come to you. Option to bring that half bind in on this side, back of the hand to the sacrum, or wrap it around the front of your left hip. Roll your right shoulder back and breathe. This side may feel different. It's pretty tight for me. Do the best that you can. Option to bring some balance, so slide that right foot back and up. Point the toes back, flare them open. Be aware of the wobbles, be okay with them. Breathe through it, find your balance, find your core, and then slowly release. The right hand comes in front of the face. We're gonna open as we breathe in, left side, and then breathe out, bring it down. Walk the hands slightly forward of the shoulders, let's tuck the toes. Come right into downward facing dog. Take some movement here as it feels good to your body, whatever it's calling for. Some pedaling out of the feet, pressing through one heel and then the other as you bend the knees. Maybe you'd like to lift high on the toes, then press the heels down and away. Maybe you'd like to come high on the toes, bend the knees. But keep lifting the tailbone up, lengthening your spine as you press through your hands. Wrap your tricep muscles in and around your face. Extend those hip creases back, 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 back. And feel the tailbone lifting. Lengthen the hamstrings. Press through the heels. Ground through your hands and your feet. Find that connection to earth. Good, on your next breath in, come up high on the toes, tuck your chin to your chest and round yourself all the way forward to plank pose. Feel yourself pressing into the mat as you lift your chest and your torso away from the earth. Engage your belly, so pull the navel in and up towards the heart. Engage the outer hips, squeeze them in towards center. Look forward past the top of your mat, take a deep breath in. On the exhale from your core, pull back, downward facing dog. And let's flow through those two, maybe even closing the eyes on this sequence. Inhale, come forward as you round into your plank pose. You're high on your toes here. On the exhale, move from your belly button as you pull yourself back, tailbone lifts. Good, inhale, round forward, find plank pose, get strong, press the mat away. Exhale, pull back as if someone was pulling your hip creases back towards the back of the mat. Let's do one more inhale as we come forward, lengthen out, and exhale as you pull back. Beautiful, come forward, find plank, and then on an exhale, slowly lower to the belly for a count of 5. So pull the elbows back for 5, 4, stay lifted, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful.
Untuck the toes here, ground. So the tops of the thighs and the feet start to imprint themselves into the mat. Spread the front of the hips into the mat and your pubic bone. Wrap your elbows in close. Energetically drag the heels of your hands back and inhale, lift up. Find your cobra pose. Stretch from your belly button up to your collarbones. Breathe in, shoulders roll back. Breathe out to lower. Good, again, inhale energetically. Pull those heels of your hands back towards you to lift the heart. And then exhale to release. One more time, grounding to rise and lift. Stay light in your hands if you can. And then exhale to release. Nice. Let's bring the left arm forward. So the forearm will come to a parallel shape to the top of the mat. We'll lean into it and bend our right knee and reach back for our right foot. Finding a nice stretch of our quad here on this side. So spread the front of your hip flexor into the mat. You want to try to soften it enough so that you can feel that big muscle beginning to release, and draw your heel towards your outer hip as much as it feels good and or possible. Now turn your chest towards the top of your mat and wrap your right shoulder back. Stay lifted and breathe. Grounding through those hips. Feel the stretch in your quadricep. Again, let something go here. Try not to resist, but to open up to the stretch. One more breath here. And slowly exhale and release with control. We'll switch sides, right forearm, top of the mat. Lean into it as you bend your left knee and reach back with your left hand for your foot. Again, picture the front of your left hip spreading open, right? Relaxing that big muscle, the hip flexor muscle. Pressing the top of the quad, the middle of the quad, the very end of the quad into the mat, making that connection and trying to release tension. Wrap your left shoulder back, square your chest towards the top of the mat and breathe. Find your connection to earth here. Let earth stabilize you. Stay grounded through your breath. Good, one more breath in. And on the exhale, slowly release that, very nice. All right, hands alongside the rib cage. Let's make our way back to downward facing dog through hands and knees, and slowly let that tailbone lift up. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, take any movement that might feel good to you here to just kind of clear out the cobwebs in the body. Shake the head, yes and no. Let's go ahead and separate the feet a little bit wider than hips distance and come up high on the toes. As we exhale, let both heels drop over to the right. Now press your hips strongly to the right. Take a little bit of weight off your left fingertips and just breathe through that outer hip stretch. Let your head go. Good, let's rise up back through center, come up high on the toes here. And on an exhale, drop the heels over to the left. Press your hips to the left. Maybe get a little bit lighter on your right fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, let's inhale, come back through center. Ground evenly through your hands and feet. And breathe in as you lift your right leg up. Let's bend the knee and come right into a hip opener here. So press that left heel towards the mat, really lengthen your left hamstring and keep lifting the right knee up towards the sky. Draw your right heel towards your left thumb. Breathe into this shape. If you feel like you'd like to move in any way, maybe bend and straighten your leg or make circles, please feel free to do that. Really trust your own body and the wisdom of it if it's telling you it wants to move. Good, wherever you are, take a breath in, square your hips. So send your right heel back and up. As you exhale, knee to nose, come forward into plank and pull your knee in and up. Round through your back. Good, again, inhale, let's square the hips. Reach back with the toes. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose. Hug your navel in and up, push into your hands, spread your shoulders apart. One more time, inhale to stretch it back. Exhale, knee to nose, round in and step it forward. Bringing that right foot up by your right thumb. Round through your left hand and let's twist open to the right. Very simple here, but feel the rotation from your belly button. Keep that right hip drawing back and keep your back leg nice and tight, lifting the top of that back thigh. Rotate your chest open, maybe look up at your thumb if that feels okay. Keep your jaw relaxed, separate the jaw, upper from lower, and breathe. One more breath. On the exhale, bring your right hand inside of your right foot. Follow me, drop that left heel down. You're gonna open to a twist, open twist to the left side. So left arm comes up as you lean into your right knee and shoulder. You're meeting there. Turn your chest, open to the left, maybe look up at your left thumb. Round through that back foot, press evenly into it. Good, breathe in here, rotate the chest open a little more. Breathe out, bring the hands back to frame out the foot, pivot onto the ball of your left foot. Take a breath in, look forward, and then step forward into a halfway lift. So find the length into your spine here. Find your feet evenly below you, underneath your hips. Press into your finger pads, into your shins, and extend out through the crown of the head, long spine. Take a deep breath in here, pull the navel in. On the exhale, soften the knees and fold. Take a moment here in your first forward fold, Uttanasana, to just let everything go. Bend the knees generously if that feels good to you tonight. Take a little sway, grab opposite elbows. You can even interlace your hands behind your head, giving a good tug just to lengthen that neck and spine a little bit further. Just stay rooted through your feet and let the whole back side of your body open up in this pose. Letting it go. Good. Now root through the feet and take a breath in to rise to the top, sweeping your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, catch opposite elbows at the top here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lean to the right and bump your hips to the left. Ground through your feet. Feel that big stretch. Connect to earth here. Use it as your anchor point. Inhale as you rise through center. Exhale over to the other side. Pressing the hips to the right, leaning to the left. Feel that big opening happening. Breathe into it. Good. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Feet are underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, let's sit down into Utkatasana, chair pose. So take a moment here to shift your weight into your heels and even look down. You should be able to see all 10 toes. Energetically press your shin bones back and let your tailbone start to ground a little bit more. Keep your belly button lifted, your abdominals engaged, and then your arms reaching up and forward. Strong pose. Imagine there's a block between your thighs. Squeeze that block in, right? In and down, inner thighs rotating, spiraling in and down. Breathe in and airplane your arms back. Good squeeze onto the back of those shoulder blades. Let your fingertips radiate here. On the exhale, forward fold. Strong grounding poses here. Let's inhale to a halfway lift. Reach the spine long. Exhale as you plant the hands. Let's step back to plank pose and hold. Press firmly into the hands. Keep those thighs lifting. Keep pressing through your heels and try to direct your tailbone back towards them. Feel a slight lift of your chest, the center of the chest forward, and just look down the bridge of your nose towards the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, shift forward onto the toes. As you exhale, elbows hug the body as you lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, breathe in, find your cobra pose, long spine. Root to the earth as you pull your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Coming back to downward facing dog, you can come through hands and knees or strong push away the earth. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's all take a deep breath in here. Open mouth, let it go. Shake it out. Whatever feels good, whatever movement you may need. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Press through your right heel, lengthen the right hamstring, lift your left leg up. Go ahead and bend the knee, let that hip start to open on this side. So again, you could move or you could just stay in stillness. The Taurus way might be more stillness, but anything is up and open in yoga, right? We listen to our bodies. Just notice how this side feels. Keep drawing your heel towards your right bum. Keep lifting the knee and opening up, breathing into this side. We hold so much tension in our hips, so we need to give them time and space to open up. Good, let's inhale now to square the hips. We want to lengthen that left leg back behind us. As we exhale forward into plank, bring your knee to nose. Round as you press the earth away. Good, inhale, draw it back, nice and long, reach the toes high. Exhale, come forward, round, press into the hands, spread your blades on your back. Last time, inhale, lengthen back, feel the length from toes to fingertips. Exhale, bring it forward, round, and then step it through. Left foot up by the left thumb, round through your right palm, and from your belly button, again, we're gonna turn the torso to the left. Simple twisting lunge here. Draw that left hip crease back, press through your right heel, get strong in your back leg. If you can, look up at your left thumb. Breathe into the rotation. Feel length from your tailbone out through the crown of your head. One more breath in. On the exhale, now your left hand comes inside of your left foot. You're going to spin and ground the right heel down. Lean into your left knee and reach your right arm up. So press into that knee, widen it. This is a really nice hip opener. Ground through your back foot and turn the chest open. Breathe into this side. If your neck is cranky and you want to look down, that's perfectly fine. Find something that works for you on this side. Let's take one more breath in. As we exhale, take your hand down, come onto the ball of the foot, and then breathe in, step forward, come right into a halfway lift. Extend your spine, fingertips to your shins. Pull your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Take another breath in, get long, get straight. On the exhale, fold, soften those knees. Inhale, now come to rise. Sweep your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, interlace your hands and bring them to the back of your skull. Take a breath in, lean the head back into the hands, open the elbows wide. As you exhale, draw your chin to your chest, wrap those elbows in and stretch up the back of your neck. Let's do that again. Inhale, lean back, open. Imagine your throat getting a chance to open up here. Exhale as we curl in. Nice stretch for the back of the neck. One more time, breathe in, open up, elbows wide, lean back. And then exhale, round it in, let something go. Good, inhale as the head comes up, sweep the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, Utkatasana, find your chair pose again here. So check in, find your toes, shift your shins back, shift your weight into your heels, get strong in those big muscles in the legs. Drop your tailbone down, hug in, everything in energetically towards the midline. And take a deep breath in. On the exhale, airplane your arms back. Give them a good squeeze onto the shoulder blades. Radiate out through the fingertips. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Let it all go. Nice. Take a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Step back. You can take a vinyasa or just meet in downward facing dog, your choice. If you're flowing with me on an exhale, lower to the belly or halfway. Inhale, find a back bend. It could be cobra or upward facing dog. On the exhale, you'll find downward facing dog. One big breath in here. Open mouth, let it go. Reconnect with that sense of grounding into the earth. Hands and feet, strong foundation. Feel the flow of your breath. And even though you're still in down dog, there is the movement of breath in and out through your nose. Feel that life force. Good, and then look forward. Let's bring our thumbs to touch, more or less in the middle of our mat. Bend the knees and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, and then the left in the same position on the left side. Slowly start to drop your tailbone down and use your elbows to wedge your knees open for Malasana. So I will turn to face you here. Palms are pressing together. I'm using my elbows to wedge my knees open. I'm letting my tailbone drop down, keeping my heart lifted, lengthening my spine, breathing into this shape. You're welcome to take a little rock from side to side. Try to ground through your heels as much as possible so that you feel really rooted to the earth. An option here could be to take a twist, letting your right hand come to the mat outside your right toes, and turning open to the left as you lift your left arm. Use your right arm and shoulder to keep yourself turning, breathing, letting our spine get long, and exhaling, switching it out. Left hand down, crossing in front of that left shin. Lift your right arm up and turn. Open to the right. Feel that connection with your left shoulder, working your left knee open. One more breath as we stay rooted. And then exhale, bring it back. Hands come back to the heart one more time. Extend your spine as much as possible. Feel this. Enjoy this. Let your energy settle into your hips and breathe through it. Good. If your eyes were closed, let's ease them open. Bring the finger pads to the mat. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, fold forward. So let the tailbone lift and the top of the head drop. We're just going to do a few like that, moving squats. Inhale as we drop down, keeping the knees wide. Exhale as we fold. Good. Again, inhale, dropping down, lifting the heart. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale to drop down. This time, as we exhale, fold and roll yourself all the way up to stand. Bring your arms up and overhead. Let the palms press together and bring the thumbs down into your heart. Beautiful. Come to the top of your mat. You can bring your big toes to touch, or you can separate them a little bit, bringing them underneath the hips as you would like. Let's take our breath in as we sweep the arms overhead. Back to Utkatasana. Find that chair pose. Keep working the big muscles because they root us down, right? This is our connection to the earth through the legs. So breathe into this. Maybe it's feeling a little more accessible for you now. Inhale, now airplane those arms back behind you. Follow me. As you exhale, you're going to stand on your right leg and lift your left knee up. Take a moment in balance here. Left knee in line with your hip, rooting and strengthening through that right leg, extending and reaching out through both fingertips. Find a focal point in front of you. Relax your inner shoulders, relax your jaw. Try not to grip your toes, but use the earth below you. Spread the sole of the foot into the mat. Good, deep breath in. As you exhale, step back. We're going to open to goddess pose. So our toes are going to turn out, our heels are going to turn in, and we're going to go ahead and bend our knees, stacking them right over our ankles. I'm going to go ahead and turn to face you. So a wide squat here, getting into those hips a little bit more, stretching out those big muscles here. Try to drop your tailbone down and then find alignment. Bring your shoulders over your hips, keeping your spine nice and long. So think of a vertical shape. You could even think of a wall behind you. Try to bring those shoulders back to meet the wall, just as your back of your hips are. Good. Root down through your feet. Keep engaging the legs to widen the knees. Bring the arms overhead. Good. Inhale to stretch it straight, reach up. As you exhale, cactus the arms, bring it down. Good. Again, inhale to stretch and reach. And then exhale, down. Last time, inhale as we stretch and reach. Exhale, squeeze the elbows down, open the knees wide, breathe into the shape. And then on the exhale, come on up. Bring your arms to a T, drop your back heel back, spin those front toes forward, bend into the front knee for warrior two shape here. Adjust your legs as you need to. As you notice, I need to widen my stance a little bit so I can really drop into my front thigh. Again, keep that verticality. Turn on your arms, turn on your back leg, press into the edge of the back foot. You can gaze forward, you can gaze past your middle finger, anything that feels right for you here. But find that deep connection through your legs, really strong and solid. And take another breath in. On the exhale, we'll straighten the front leg and reverse it back. Reverse Trikonasana. Press into your big toe mound. Get really long on this side. Big breath in. Exhale, come on up. Arms to a T. Shift your position if you'd like to go a little shorter. Start to lean your torso out over your front thigh. Press your hips back, tilt the pelvis, and then drop that front arm, lift the top. Lean back here. Again, using the visual of the wall behind you is really helpful. And see if you can tuck your right sit bone underneath you a little bit more. Rotate your chest open a little bit more. Nice deep breath in here. And a deep breath out, feeling that stability of this shape, really grounding into triangle pose. Beautiful. As you come up, bend into your front knee. Let's take reverse warrior. So feel that stretch along your right ribs. Exhale as you cartwheel down, come into your twisting lunge. Left hand down, right arm up. We've been here before. Pull that right hip crease back, breathe into this shape. On the exhale, you're welcome to take a vinyasa. Step back to plank, lower halfway down or all the way. Inhale, find a back bend of your choice. And exhale, we make our way back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Pause here and just see how you're breathing. Notice the smoothness or the choppiness of your breath. Could you be breathing in a little bit deeper? Could you be exhaling a little bit longer? Just make a note, no judgment, just check in. Notice how you're feeling left and right sides. And then on the next breath in, we'll look forward. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees. As you exhale, you can either walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, long spine here. Exhale to fold. Rise through chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring yourself up into your chair and set your hips back and down on this side. Maybe the big toes touch, maybe they're separated. Wherever you are, your weight is in your heels, your toes are nice and light. Good. On the next breath in, sweep the arms back. Take that airplane squeeze of the shoulders, palms face down. Follow me as you exhale, press into your left leg and lift your right knee up. Arms come up and overhead. Pause here and ground, just like you did on the other side. Right? Feel the earth below your standing leg. Spread your foot into the mat. Find that reassuring, comforting, stabilizing connection. And breathe. Soften into the pose, make it a mixture of effort and ease. Good, now breathe in. As you breathe out, step back into your goddess pose. Big step back, toes turn out, heels turn in. Adjust as you need to so that your knees are over your ankles. Hips are nice and open, facing the long side of your mat. Good. Round down and see if you can get a little bit lower here. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, bring those shoulders over your hips. Just feel into this side, whatever's going on, or this second round of this pose. Let's take a little shoulder opener. So ground your right hand onto your right thigh, drop the shoulder to the left, twist yourself to the left, and press your right thigh open by pushing the palm into the inner thigh. Turn your gaze past your left shoulder. Sink into this. This is a great opener for the hips, a really nice release for the shoulders. You can feel it in your spine. Oh yeah. Good. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, same thing, other side. Twisting now to the right as we press that left thigh open. Turn your gaze as much as is possible. Stay low, right? You want to stay low here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Come back through center. Rise up on an inhale, straightening the legs, arms overhead. Exhale as we drop our left or right heel away and we bend into our left knee for warrior two. So heel to arch alignment, a nice wide stance so you can really stretch out your hips. Bring that left knee over the ankle and breathe into this standing hip opening pose. We can really feel our foundation here. Really bringing strength into our legs, connecting us with earth. Good. Now let's inhale as we straighten the front leg, reverse it back, reverse Trikonasana. Root into your big toe, and reach long through your fingers. Oh, feels so good. Good, and then inhale, keeping both legs straight. Shorten your stance if you need to. Lean out and over your front thigh. So feel that lengthening of your spine and your torso. On the exhale, then you open up. I like to place my hand inside of my left calf, and then I press the back of my hand into the calf so that I can rotate my chest open a little bit more. If you have a block handy, you could also use a block here. Stack your shoulders, sparkle your fingertips up at the top. Pull your left sit bone underneath you, a little wrapping. Lean back a little more. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good, now as we inhale, we'll bend into the front knee, reverse it back. Find your reverse warrior. On the exhale, cartwheel down, plant that right hand, spin onto the ball of the foot, and twist open to the left. Finding the rotation in your torso, right from your belly button. Back leg is engaged, press through the heel, breathe in. And breathe out. Go ahead and find plank pose. We'll step back to plank. Take a nice breath in here. Come forward on the toes. On the exhale, let's come all the way down to our belly. Bend both knees here, setting up for bow pose. So if you don't feel like lifting into bow, just work on opening your quads in the front of the hips. So you can just kick your shins back. You can ground your thighs, the front of the hips. You can just find that engagement. You can see my arms are straight. I'm not lifting. There's no back bend portion in this, but it feels really great on the quads. So if you'd like to come into bow, go ahead and lift your chest. Start to lift your thighs. Press your feet up towards the ceiling. Wrap your shoulders back. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Open up your chest. Breathe into this, so good. And then breathe out to release. Really nice. Okay, lift yourself up onto your hands and knees. And if you can, bring your sit bones in between your heels. So your toes are facing towards the back of the mat, and you're sitting on the tops of your feet with your sit bones in between your heels. This is saddle pose. So if this doesn't feel good, grab a block and come to sit up on it. But I'm pretty sure most of you can get into this pose. It's just a nice stretch, again, for the quads. We're gonna lean back as much as we can. So start with your hands facing your feet and just open up the chest. Go into it easy, like little steps by step. This is part one, just like this. If you feel like you can go further, maybe you come down onto your forearms. This is a little bit more intense. Wherever you are, just breathe into it. Don't feel like you have to go further. It just feels really nice. Great for opening up the quads and the front of the hips. If you feel like you can drop all the way down, even onto the crown of the head or back of the head, you are more than welcome to go there. Just please be careful. Don't feel like you have to push anything. This is a pretty advanced pose. It's a big stretch for the knees as well. So for a lot of people, that's where they feel it. Just be kind. Practice your ahimsa. Nice. And to come on out of it, you'll press into your elbows. Gently roll yourself up. Good. And then just lean off to one side. Pick up your hips. Let's come all the way down onto our backs. So stretch your legs out in front of you. Actually, before we come onto our backs, let's take one forward fold. So bring your feet in line with your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Flex your toes back towards you as if you could draw them towards your shin. Bring your arms up and overhead. This will feel really good. A counter stretch to our back bends. As we exhale, hinge forward from the hips and just stretch out to reach whatever you can find. So don't feel like you have to hit the toes. Maybe it's the shins today. Maybe it's just around your kneecaps, whatever that is. It's okay. But do your best to walk your sit bones back, get some length in those hamstrings. Let your chest draw forward. Press the tops of your thighs into the earth. Sit bones into the earth. This is a little more active, so take a breath in here. And then exhale, let's just go passive. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Let your knees bend, let your spine round. Let everything kind of go here. Take your gaze inward by closing your eyes. And just notice how you feel. Notice the effects of your practice thus far. Have you been able to shed something? Have you been able to shift your energy, your thoughts? What's so beautiful about this practice is that it takes us so deeply into ourselves that we kind of lose track of time and other distractions. It's really, really beautiful that way. And in that space and in that time, we get more in touch with ourselves, with our spirit, right? With the energy of the universe. Good, now keep your chin tucked towards your chest and you're just gonna roll yourself all the way back down onto your mat. So just use your core, but kind of feel like a rag doll, nothing too strict or straight. And once you land, stretch your arms all the way overhead. Take a full body stretch here. Wiggle the hips, reach for one wrist and then the other, stretching out one side and then the other. Good, and then draw your knees into your chest. Let's find happy baby here. So widen the knees, reach for the outer edges of your feet. Press the soles of the feet up to the sky. Draw your knees down towards the outer edges of your body and just gently rock from side to side. So what could be more grounding than a happy baby pose, right? There's something really innocent about it, something that really feels great to our bodies. We have the support of the earth below us. And especially at the end of a class where we feel a little more open, this is just like the ice cream on top of the cake. Feels really good. If your hamstrings need a little extra, maybe you want to press out through one heel, straightening that leg and then the other. Only if it feels good. Just design this for you, right? You can go wherever you want with this. Enjoy a few breaths here. Last little action for opening up our hips. Really gentle on our back in this way. Good, and then we'll close with either legs up the wall or traditional Shavasana, your choice. I think legs up the wall would be a really nice choice, so I'm gonna slide my hips over to the side of the wall, facing it from the side. Then I'm gonna drop down and swing my legs up, scooting my sit bones a little forward, closer to the wall. And then bringing my arms in any number of positions. You can bring them out to your side with palms facing up. You could bring one hand to your belly and one to your heart. You could draw arms overhead if you'd like and reach for opposite elbows. But just take a few rounds of breath wherever you land, letting the weight of your entire body just melt into the earth. So there's this feeling of your bones getting heavy. There's this feeling of surrender, like you're yielding your body weight into Mama Earth below you. Let your exhales assist you into getting into that space. And just let your breath begin to breathe very easily through you. No control here. Soften your shoulders if you can. Maybe walk them further apart. Really try to melt the back of your shoulders to the earth. Starting at the crown of the head, can you soften the forehead, the temples, your cheeks and your mouth? Unhinge your jaw. Maybe move it around once again, just like we did at the beginning. Let it go here. Relax your neck, the back, the side, the front of your neck. And soften the tops of your shoulders. Feel the weight of your spine from your neck all the way down to the tailbone. Melt into the earth. Let the shoulders and the arm bones, the hands, each finger, all relax and get heavy. Let the rib cage soften. Feel the weight of your pelvis, the back of the pelvis, the front. Can you visualize your hip sockets opening up and getting softer? Let those big bones, your femur bones, your thigh bones, relax, soften, draw towards the earth. Let the knees relax, your calves, your ankles, the heels, the feet, and all the bones in the toes. Give your body full permission to just melt, let go, and release. Trusting the space below you, giving yourself permission to be in this moment, and erasing anything else that wants to drop in. Just be here, present. If your mind needs something to do, just direct it back to the sensation of your breath as it moves through you. Or just check in with how you feel. Notice where you've created space, what might still be a little tight. Just taking a little personal inventory. And then if you have your legs up the wall, let's bring the feet to meet. Turn the soles to meet each other and just slide your heels down towards your tailbone. Pressing the knees wide and open. Just take a nice breath in here. Finding Baddha Konasana against the wall. Feel your tailbone root towards the earth. Get grounded from the back of your head to your tailbone. And then bring your hands to the outside of your knees. Draw them towards one another. And slowly roll off to one side. Pause in a fetal position. Give yourself that nice pat on the back for showing up tonight or today, whatever time you're taking this practice. Right? Getting to the mat is everything. Showing up is everything. From that moment forward, it all flows. Bring yourself up gently, pressing yourself upright, and then take your seat. Finding whatever position feels comfortable to you. We'll invite the hands to meet in front of the heart. Close your eyes. Feel that connection one last time. Really grounded, really rooted. Enjoying the benefits of a slower, more rooted practice that really highlights our connection to earth. We'll bring the thumbs to the third eye center. Let's bow to one another. Namaste. Thank you all for joining. I hope this practice served you into making you feel more grounded and earthy. Enjoy the season. I'll be back with more. Have a beautiful night, day, afternoon, wherever you are. Namaste.